Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be actually answering a Reddit question. I've not done one of these in quite a while, and this Reddit question is to do with AI generated content. Does it rank better than human content? I'm going to be running a little bit of a test so you guys can actually see as to what actually ranks better. But let's actually deep dive into this question. So basically, the person that has submitted this on Reddit has said, I've been publishing AI generated content in bulk and they are ranking nicely so far, better than my other posts. Why the hatred against AI generated content? It performs remarkably well and seems like this is the future we all must adapt to. Published over 200 posts, and so far, AI is my new best friend. Now, the reason why I would probably say that a lot of people, they basically hate AI is because they might have just went into like ChatGPT and said like, hey, write me an article to do with XYZ. And when you do that, it doesn't necessarily always output the correct article, which I will be showing in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I like to build out my AI articles and spot check everything. Very quickly, by the way, if you guys do want a strategy call, maybe you're struggling to rank your website, head over to catchthelash.com and fill in the contact form, and I will get back in touch with you if you guys are struggling to rank, or maybe you want a consultant. But let's actually put this to the test, because that's what I want to do here, right? So what I've done is I'm going to use my old Truste article builder. The link for this will be in the description. It's completely free to use. If you do download it, make certain to click on File and make a copy, right? But very, very quickly, if you've never seen this before, this is the cheat sheet, right? So you've got like the article style. So if it's going to be an informative article, if it's going to be a how-to, a listicle, product / review, a news / trends, FAQ, or a service article if you're like a local business. Then we've got the scope of the article. So the end goal, what do you want that person to do? Do you want them to click through to a related article? Do you want the person to download the checklist? Do you want that person to share that article on social media? Do you want somebody to sign up to a free trial or a demo? Do you want people to subscribe for future updates? Click to read more, so you might have like internal links throughout your article, but in that case, download a PDF or request a consultation or speak to like a consultant if it's like a service-based article, right? So I've got all of the actual end goals. Then we've also got the tonality of the different articles as well. So what we're also going to be doing, right, is in this case, we are going to use a random article. So what I'll do here is I will do, let's go to Google and we'll do MacBook review for students, right? Just completely random keyword. And we'll click on this guy over here. We'll first double check to see if these actually have fairly decent content. And they don't have many subheadings, so that tells me they might just be ranking based off of pure authority. So what I'm actually looking at is like how in depth is the article. Like we'll do another keyword: how to clean a Persian rug, right? Something like that. We will click on these guys, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the URL for this article, and then I'm just going to paste it into the article or the subheading grabber. Now what this basically does is it's going to go to this URL and it's going to essentially grab all of the subheadings for us. We can do it for a couple different articles. So for example, I do it for these guys as well. And basically, we've got all of the subheadings that these guys have actually used on their website. So then what we're going to do is head over to ChatGPT. And the prompt is already built in here, so as you can see right at the top. So if we just paste in that prompt into here, so all I've done is I've literally just copied this entire section, and I've just pasted it into ChatGPT, and this is going to go ahead and do its thing, right? So this is going to create us the outline. As you can see, we've got a way better article than what's already ranking. So all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to copy all of these, and then I'm going to go back to my article builder. I'm just going to paste it into here, right? And we can select the tonality, right? So we're probably going to keep this as being an informative article. We would then want people to try the tutorial steps of a related product, download a checklist. We are going to keep this to click through to related articles. Yep. And this is going to be like a informative article. Would it be informative or would it be a how-to? That would probably come down to, yeah, we'll set this as being a how-to article. So then we can also add in sources here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google, and I'm going to do Persian rug, and I'm going to see if there's a Wikipedia page for it. There's definitely should be Wikipedia, right? Persian carpet. So I'm just going to copy this into our article builder, right? The reason why we've done these sources, just so you guys know, is because it's going to essentially fact check the article for us, right? And then what we're going to do is we're just going to copy all of this. Again, the prompt's built in, and we're just going to paste that into ChatGPT. So basically, what this will do is it's going to write out the entire article. We've given it the scope of the article, we've given it the title, we've given it the possible actions, we've also given it the tonality, and we've also given it all of the subheadings that we want. We've also supplied a source as well. So as you can see here, it's just going to go to town on how to clean your Persian rug. Now, what we're going to do right now is going to go to phrase.io. We're going to click on SEO workflow. We're going to paste in our H1. By the way, you guys don't need to do this step, but I just want to show you guys the actual SEO score when it comes to AI content. So if I click on create document, now basically what this tool will do is it's going to go and research all of the subheadings, and it's going to tell us which keywords we actually need to have on the actual page. Very similar to what we've just done with the actual article builder sheet, but again, this is going to give us an actual SEO score, subheadings to actually have within the content, so on and so forth, right? But what we're going to do is we're just going to copy all of this, and then we're going to paste it into phrase. Once this is actually done, we're going to then get a actual SEO score, so we can evaluate how good this AI content actually is, right? So if we actually go to optimize, right now we are at 0%. So we're just going to paste in our content, right? So it's at 71%. Bearing in mind, the actual average for this SERP is 53%. So we're well above the average. We are a little bit short on words, but not by much. Like, it's recommending us to have 1,024. We've got 1,005, so we're like 19 words off, which again, that's fairly decent. We've included a lot of the actual keywords that it's telling us to, and we could obviously include a few more for sure. But by all means, we are in a very good place right now. So let's actually use AI how it shouldn't be, right? So if I was to just do this, right, which is what a lot of people would do, write me an article. Actually, what I'll do as well is I'll put it in temporary mode. Write me an article to do with. If you're just going to be doing that, you're not going to get the best SEO score. by any means. Like, this is just going to come back, or I'm going to assume that it's going to come back and it's going to not be great. But let's see what actually ends up happening. So this has literally just finished, and we're just going to copy this into our phrase.io. So if I just delete that and I just paste that, to be fair, it's not done too bad. I'm actually a little bit surprised in that. It's got 1,129 words, it's got 10 headings, but again, it's not as great as the 70 score that we had. Now, a few things to bear in mind with this article. How we have structured the article in this case is we have actually kept well within the topic that we're talking about. Now, although this is getting a good SEO score, it's kind of went off topic. And what I mean by that is, like, for example, deep cleaning. I know a little bit about Persian rugs. You would never really want to deep clean it because that can actually lead to damaging the rug. There's a few other bits that I just wouldn't personally agree with, like prevent sun damage, right? Bearing in mind Persian, like, summers, they're like probably 45, 50 degree heats. Again, this is just a little bit non-factual. This would definitely help when it comes to, like, just regular rugs, for example. I could definitely see some rugs being sun damaged, but just because you've got a high SEO score doesn't necessarily mean you've got a great content. Whereas if we were to take a look at the previous content, right? So this is the previous content. What I'll actually do is good content here. I'll just paste it underneath this so we can actually compare side by side, right? So a few things about this content that we've actually got is when it's talking about, like, deep cleaning, it's actually talking about, like, shaking the dust off, vacuuming. It's deep cleaning shouldn't, like, necessarily be about, like, literally scrubbing it. Because again, Persian rugs, for anybody that doesn't know, they're like pretty delicate things. Like, you can't really be too hard with them, if that makes sense. It's talking about, like, spot cleaning, using vinegar. Yep, I agree with that. How to clean your Persian rug, the do's and don'ts. So again, like what I was saying before, how you should be cleaning it. Don't use a machine to clean your rug, which the previous content was saying you can't use a machine. It's talking about, like, certain chemicals that you can use, etc. So again, this was AI content, but again, with the little help of actually comparing our competitors and giving it a little bit of hand holding, it's actually came out on top. And again, like, compared to what's already ranking with the how to clean Persian rugs example, it's already outcompeting them as well. And the last thing that I also want to test is the actual readability score. So if I do readability score, I think it's Hemingway, Hemingway editor. So if I just paste in the content here, so we'll paste in the content with the article builder. So as you can see, grade 6. We've only got 3 sentences that are hard to read out of 83. And then we've got 9 sentences out of 83 that are hard, and 3 sentences that are very hard and 9 that are very, or just hard. And if we then copy this article here, now I would probably say that the readability score is, like, maybe not more important, but equally as important as the actual SEO score. The reason for that is, like, Google prefers to read easier to understand sentences. So again, this is scoring a much higher score, which obviously the lower the score, the better. Just so you guys know, it's kind of like golf. You don't want a high score, you want a low score. But as you can see, like, we've got way more sentences that are harder to read and very harder to read. So there is a little bit more work that we could definitely do in that. But that has answered the AI generated content. So, I mean, if you're using the correct prompts, if you're giving it enough information, like for example, in this article, we gave it obviously the subheadings, we gave it the tonality, we gave it the source, we gave it the scope of the article, and we also gave it the title of the article, and we also gave it LSIs as well to actually include. So we gave it like 6 or 7 different things, and the content came out way better than just going to ChatGPT and saying like, "Hey, write me an article to on X, Y, and Z." And the other thing that I also want to just add to this is that when you are scraping your competitors' subheadings, right? Um, One thing you'll typically find is with this tool or with this sheet that I've been able to code for you guys, is that the content that you actually get on the other side is going to be a lot more in depth. Like the subheadings are going to be a lot more on point as to what you're trying to rank for. So in this case, we were trying to rank for how to clean a Persian rug. It started to go super in depth about the do's and the don'ts of how to clean a Persian rug. Should you hire a professional, for example? Um, it ends up becoming a well more informative article as to what's already ranking, and that's what Google wants, and that's what you want as a website owner or like a business owner trying to rank your website, like when it comes to SEO. So just bear that in mind when you are writing articles, because what a lot of people will do is they'll just look at maybe the 5 subheadings that their competitor has, and they'll just use the exact same 5. Try to think of different subheadings that will improve their content that they don't actually have. And that's when you seriously start seeing some really good growth on your actual website. But aside from that, that's been the video on AI generated content. Does it rank? Yes, it definitely does. Again, like what I mentioned at the start of this video, if you guys do want a growth strategy call for your website, maybe you're struggling to rank your website, or maybe you are wanting to start growing the SEO side of your business, make certain to fill out the form on casualdash.com. And as always, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.